When was the last time you noticed your breath? Most of the time, we breathe without thinking. It happens on its own, day and night, from the moment we are born until the moment we die. But hidden inside this simple, natural act is something very special, a quiet power that can bring us back to life, back to what is real, here and now. In your busy day, your breath is always with you. No matter where you are, on the train, at home, walking, or even lying in bed, your breath follows you. You don't need a phone, a quiet room, or anything at all. It is always there. And when you gently turn your attention to it, something begins to change. The world slows down. Your thoughts become softer. You are no longer running from one thing to the next. You are simply here. There is a kind of wisdom in the breath. It does not shout. It does not force. It simply shows you the way back to the present moment. When you feel lost, tired, or full of worries, try this. Just stop for a short while and feel your breath, in and out. You don't have to breathe in a special way. Just let your body do what it already knows. The breath is quiet, but it is strong. Like the wind that shapes mountains, it works slowly and gently. And if you stay with it, even for a little while, you may begin to feel a peace that was always there, waiting for you to return. Many people talk about being in the present, but what does that really mean? It does not mean you must forget the past or never plan for the future. These things are part of life. But often, our minds are not here. We are thinking about something we said yesterday, or worrying about something that may happen tomorrow. The present moment becomes just a place we pass through, without really noticing it. To be in the present is to be awake to what is happening now. It is not something far away or difficult. It begins with small things, feeling the air on your skin, hearing the sound of your breath, or noticing the way light moves across a wall. These things are simple, but they are also real. They remind us that life is not a memory or a dream. It is happening right now, in this very moment. When we return to the present, we start to feel more alive. Our worries may not go away, but they do not control us as much. We become more open. Even small moments, like drinking a cup of tea or hearing a bird outside, can touch us deeply. The breath helps us come back to this moment, again and again. Each breath is like a small door that opens to now. And through that door, we can find calm, even in the middle of a busy day. Being in the present is not about being perfect. It is about coming back, gently, each time we wander. This is not something to master, but something to remember. Life can feel like a river that moves too fast. We try to hold on, but the current pulls us. Our thoughts jump from one thing to another. We worry, we plan, we remember, we imagine. In all this movement, it is easy to lose touch with where we are. But the breath is different. The breath is steady. It does not rush. It does not judge. It becomes an anchor, something that holds you in place, even when everything around you is moving. An anchor does not stop the ocean, but it keeps the boat from drifting too far. In the same way, your breath does not stop your thoughts or feelings. It simply keeps you from getting lost in them. When you feel like your mind is spinning, return to your breath. Feel it come in. Feel it go out. Just that. You might notice how your chest rises and falls, or the coolness of the air as it enters your nose, or the warmth as it leaves. These small things bring you back, not to a different place, but to the place you are already in. The breath helps your body and mind meet in the same place. Often, the body is here, but the mind is somewhere else. The breath brings them together, and in that meeting, you may find something precious, a sense of being home. This is not a trick or a quick fix. It is a quiet practice. The breath becomes your guide, and no matter where you go, it is always ready to help you come back. Our minds often live in two places, the past and the future. We remember things we did, things we said, or things that happened to us. We also imagine what might come next, what we need to do, what could go wrong, what we hope for. This is natural. The mind likes to move, but we forget something important. The past and future are not real in this moment. The past is only a memory. The future is only a thought. They may feel strong, but they are like shadows. You cannot touch them. You cannot live in them. You can only live now. When you notice that your thoughts are pulling you away, pause. Take a breath. You don't need to fight your thoughts. Just return to the feeling of breathing. In this way, you begin to see more clearly. You see that the story in your head is not the same as the life in front of you. Many people spend their whole lives chasing things that are not here. They wait for the future to bring happiness, or they carry heavy pain from the past. But the breath reminds us that we don't have to wait. We don't have to carry everything. We can return to now. This moment may be quiet. It may seem small, but it is real. And in this moment, there is space. Space to breathe. Space to feel alive. Each breath shows you. This is where life is happening. Not in yesterday, not in tomorrow, but in the breath you are taking right now. Many people think stillness is something we must search for, a place far away, or a special feeling that comes only after deep effort. But stillness is not far. It does not hide. It lives inside the small, quiet moments we often overlook. Think of the moment just before you speak, or the moment right after a deep breath. These are tiny spaces, but inside them there is stillness. You don't have to create it. You only have to notice it. Stillness is not the absence of sound or movement. It is a kind of soft presence, a calm awareness. Even if you are walking or washing your hands, or sitting in a noisy place, you can feel it. It is there, under the surface, like the quiet floor of the ocean. The breath helps reveal these moments. When you slow down and feel your breath, the world around you begins to change. Or more correctly, you begin to see what has always been there. You begin to notice the light through the window, the sound of a distant bird, the way your feet touch the ground. These are not big or special things, but when you pay attention, they become rich. They carry the weight of presence. Stillness is not something to achieve. It is something to return to. It is always waiting in the simple things, the daily things. You don't need to fix your life first. You don't need to be free of problems. You only need to pause and breathe. In those short pauses, life becomes clear again. And in that clarity, we remember, we are not lost. We are simply here. Your body has its own rhythm. It moves, rests, and breathes in a way that is wise and natural. You may not notice it often, but it is always working to support you. When you begin to listen to this quiet rhythm, you may find something you didn't expect, peace. The breath is one of the easiest ways to hear this rhythm. You do not have to control it. You do not need to change it. Just listen. Feel how your breath rises and falls, slowly, like waves in the sea. This movement has been with you since birth. It is the music of your life. Sometimes we push our bodies too hard. We forget to rest. We ignore signs of stress or pain. But when we turn our attention to the breath, we begin to notice more. We feel the heartbeat. We feel tension in the shoulders or softness in the hands. These are small messages from the body. They ask for nothing, only that we listen. Listening is not the same as judging. You do not need to fix anything. Just notice. The breath teaches us to be gentle, not only with the world, but with ourselves. In this gentleness, we find a new kind of strength. Not the strength to fight, but the strength to be still, to stay close to what is true. Each breath is part of a rhythm that connects all parts of you, body, mind, and even what is deeper than both. When you listen, you begin to feel whole again, and in that quiet wholeness, you may hear something very rare in this busy world, your own truth, spoken in silence. The mind can be like a restless bird. It flies from thought to thought, never staying in one place for long. Sometimes it remembers the past, sometimes it imagines the future, and sometimes it simply jumps from one worry to another. This is normal. The mind is active by nature, but the breath offers it a place to land. You do not need to stop your thoughts. That is not the goal. Instead, you can make a gentle connection between your breath and your mind. When you feel your breath, your mind begins to notice it too, not because you force it, but because you invite it with kindness. Think of the breath as a soft hand reaching out to the mind. It does not grab. It does not pull. It simply offers a space to rest. Even a few seconds of this connection can bring a sense of peace. There will still be thoughts. That is okay. Let them come and go, like clouds in the sky. But underneath those clouds, the breath is always steady. The more you return to it, the more your mind begins to trust it. It learns that there is no need to run all the time. It can sit down. It can breathe too. Over time, this quiet connection becomes stronger. It does not make your problems disappear, but it changes how you relate to them. You are no longer caught in the storm. You are watching from a calm place within. And that calm place, your breath, was never far. It was with you all along, waiting for the mind to remember its way back home. Thoughts will come. That is the way of the mind. Some thoughts are light, passing quickly. Others are heavy, pulling us into memories, worries, or dreams. You may sit quietly, hoping for peace, and still find your mind talking, planning, remembering. This is not a mistake. It is simply how the mind works. What matters is not stopping the thoughts, but learning how to return, gently, patiently, to your breath. When you notice you are caught in a thought, there is no need to be upset. That moment of noticing is already a return. It means you are awake again. You can smile at yourself even quietly and come back to the feeling of your breath. In and out. No need to change it. No need to make it deeper or slower. Just feel it as it is. Sometimes the breath feels far away. That's okay. Just look for it, like looking for a friend in a crowd. You may find it in your chest, in your nose, in your belly. Wherever you find it, stay with it for a little while. Each time you come back to the breath, you are building a new habit, a habit of returning. And each return is a small act of kindness to yourself. You may have to return many times. That is not failure. That is the practice. The breath is always here. It never leaves you. No matter how far your thoughts wander, the breath stays close, quiet, steady, patient. And every return brings you back to this moment. Not a perfect moment, but a real one. A single breath can bring you home. But with regular practice, the breath can become more than a quiet moment. It can become a part of your daily life, like a friend who walks beside you. You don't need to set aside a long time. Even 1 minute is enough to begin. You can breathe with awareness while standing in line, waiting at a stoplight, or before a meal. These small moments, when repeated, become a practice. They help you stay connected to what is real. It is not about doing it perfectly. Some days you may forget. Some days your mind may feel busy or your body tense. That is okay. The breath is not asking for perfection. It only asks for attention. Try choosing one moment in your day, just one, to return to your breath. It could be when you wake up or before you sleep. It could be when you feel stressed or when you feel grateful. Use that moment like a doorway. Step through it and feel your breath. Over time, this practice begins to shape your days. You may feel more steady, more patient. You may begin to see things more clearly, not because life has changed, but because you are more present in it. This is not a race. It is not something to check off a list. It is a way of living, a quiet way, a steady way. And no matter how busy your day becomes, the breath is always there, waiting, ready to guide you back, not just to calm, but to life itself. You are here, in this moment, breathing. There is no need to rush. There is no need to change anything. Simply notice that you are alive, that in this moment your heart is beating, your breath is flowing, and life is quietly unfolding. We often look for answers outside of ourselves, but sometimes the deepest answers are found by simply being present, not thinking, not fixing, just being. If you have followed these reflections, even a little, I thank you. It means you have taken time, not for me, but for yourself. And that time is valuable. This journey through the breath is not about escaping life. It is about meeting it, meeting yourself, meeting the world, moment by moment, with clear eyes and a quiet heart. Whether this is your first time listening, or you have joined me before, I want to say thank you. To those who have liked this video, shared a kind comment, joined the membership, or supported with super thanks, your presence is felt and appreciated. Every small act of support allows this space to continue. I am deeply grateful. If you find peace in these moments and wish to stay connected, you are warmly welcome to subscribe to the channel and join us again. Your quiet attention means more than you may know. Wherever you are right now, may your breath continue to guide you, not forward or backward, but gently, kindly, here. This moment is enough, and so are you.